Name is Debbie, and I started running when my kids were probably in elementary school, so maybe 20 years ago. And I've always exercised, but we got a dog, and I didn't have time to exercise the dog and me separately. So I started running kind of on my own, and we have a great park near us. And so I would just run 6 or 7 days a week up in the park and never even thought twice about it. And then I slowly started meeting other runners and then started racing. So that was kind of the progression of what I did. Been seeing you, Kevin, at Competitive Edge. I think you were not even open a year before I started seeing you, and then you would always give me different exercises, and then when the Running Blueprint came along, it just made sense to get it all in one form. The difference with the having the blueprint on the computer and going in is I had all what I love of the videos, and being able to go to the videos and look at them, because sometimes you'd give me the exercises and I'd get home and it's like, oh shoot, what leg am I supposed to stand on, or what arm is supposed to be up, and so I can always default to the videos, and then it tells me how many pounds to carry, and it's just great. It's perfect, and I can take it anywhere as long as I have a computer, or log on. It goes everywhere with me, so it's incredibly convenient. Issues I've dealt with, kind of chronic issues, are more lower leg issues. I've had shin, I've had calf, big calf issues, dealt with that, some back issues that translate to the lower legs, and then most recently knee issues. Probably on and off for about 10 plus years. Before getting the Running Blueprint, I have done other physical therapists. I've done laser, Graston, rolling, all kinds of, different, and it's just, they get better for a while, and then I continue on, and then I have issues again. So just kind of a roller coaster, and I got tired of that, and that's when I started seeing you, and then the Running Blueprint came along. So anytime I went to a therapist, and I like the therapist I saw, but they would diagnose me, and then I would get treatment, and they might give me an exercise or two, but I'd get better, and then I would start running again, and I get re-injured. And I think most people, I don't think I'm unusual in that when you start feeling good, you stop doing the exercises, and you go, oh, I don't need those anymore. I can run. And so it was a roller coaster, and I just got tired of it. I wanted to know, what are the underlying, why am I feeling this way? What's going on? And you address that, your other PTs address that. And then Running Blueprint just, takes you through all the ideology of why you do things, why you do it in the progression you do it in, what you're doing at each level, and why you don't move on until you can do certain things. And so I always like to know the what, the why. I want to know what's going on, why it's going on, and that addresses that, and I appreciate that. Understanding why you have to have activation before you have your strength, why you need shock absorption, why you progress, why you need weights, and why you need to load the muscles, and you have to do that progressively. And that was never ever told to me. In all my times I've gone to different PTs, they've never talked about weights. And, it was more strength work, I think, is probably what I got. I didn't get all the activation and the shock absorption and the plyometrics. That just, so that's something different that the running blueprint has. And you can just see the progression. And then I'm on my 7th month. So and what I like about it too is you don't have any dates on there. So, some of the holidays are, if you're vacationing, you're gone for a week, and it's like, okay, well then you skip, you don't skip the week, but you just go back to that Monday and you just carry on. And you don't feel like you've really lost anything. What I love about the program is I feel stronger. I feel, I can feel the muscles are getting stronger. I'm aware of what I should be feeling. And if I'm not feeling it, that I need to work on something more or come to you and get more information. It's made me more body aware, I guess, and stronger. And it's a nice feeling to know that your muscles are going to carry you and you're not just plodding along and doing what you've done, and which leads to problems. And so that's what I love about it. Oh, if I had known then what I know now, I would have gotten running instruction. But who thinks I need to learn how to run? I mean, maybe someone in high school or college sports, but for the most people, you go, oh, I just feel like running one day, and you start running, and you kind of get that runner's high and you keep going, but you don't realize that there's a huge educational component to that. And I wish I had known that. My goal for joining it was to keep building on strength and education and the process, but also I was training for, I had just qualified for Boston, and I was working on that, and so I had started the program. So I had meniscus surgery. Well, I had my latest injuries after I started training for Boston were I had some shin splints and some calf issues. And so working through the program, I got better. That took a while, and that went away. And then it was discovered that I have a meniscus tear in my knee, and so I ended up having surgery. But through the surgery and recovery, I could still continue to do, it might be a modified blueprint with some of the exercises, but I was able to continue and keep up my strength and still work on things throughout the recovery. And I don't know how many people would do that. I found that the exercises that I got from the surgeon, I didn't really follow hers. I followed yours because they were the same but more. They were just better, and I was already in pretty good shape and had a lot of strength, and so I figured I got more out of doing your exercise in the running blueprint. And the way it's changed is the running blueprint is set up to do 6 days. You would do it Monday through Saturday, and you get Sunday off. And for me, like I said before, in other injuries, I've done the exercises, and then I get better, and then I slowly stop doing the exercises. And now I realize I can't do that. And what I love is there's a format, there's a number, there's a time, it's very laid out, and then you have each day is laid out. And for me, I personally have to do that in the morning. So usually what I do is I get up and I either take a class or I run or walk or whatever I do, and then I come home and I immediately do it, because for me, it's really easy for me to procrastinate. And I say, oh, if I say I'll do it in the afternoon, it's not going to happen. So I just know me that I have to do it in the morning. And there's an addiction to it, like any exercise. Is and you can feel, as you get stronger, you can feel. And so that's the difference for me in with other programs. No, not really, because I'd done so many exercises with you and another PT in your office, and I knew they worked. But like I said, I don't think any of the exercises were brand new to me. I think I'd done them with you in one version or another, but it was, it was, first of all, having the videos so I could go back and refresh my memory. And I think, yes, it is kind of an expensive program, but I look at it as an investment. If I'm going to, I'm paying for PT, I'm paying for, I'd rather pay for a Blueprint than, chronically being injured. And so you just have to look at it as an investment. And if I want to continue to run and do the things that I enjoy doing, it's an investment. Oh my gosh, the support is great. The support, once you belong to the Running Blueprint, you can email Kevin or someone there. He's very responsive, gets back to you. And then there's bi-monthly phone calls where anyone in the Blueprint can join the phone calls and ask questions. And I haven't been able to actually be on the Zooms, but I can always ask a question before and Kevin addresses it, or he'll send me the link afterwards, and I enjoy going back and listening to what some of the other runners are dealing with. And most runners have the same issues in one way or the other, so it's always helpful. I'd say look at your goals. If your goals are to keep running, if your goals are to stay as healthy as you possibly can be, it's not that I won't get injured again, but I have an education about it, and hopefully I'm strong enough that I can work through, and I won't be laid up for a long time. And when I do get back into it, I'll be stronger. And so it's just an investment. And I don't know if people really look at that. We look at investments with, money and, and other issues. But to me, this is an investment, staying healthy and strong, and it's knowledge based. And like I said, I want to keep running for years. So